what project manager is that? Because everything you say, project manager doing our team. I mean, communication with product owner is mostly done like this.
According to Scrum, we do not have such role as project manager. We have Scrum team that is combined from developers and tester, the Scrum master, product owner, and business. Product owner is the main person that can communicate with business, that can prioritize the features that should be delivered. Yes, and if we want to have something or to get some information, first of all, we're asking him. And some kind of turning back to Agile and to Scrum. And this, for example, Scrum Master responsibility is not the separate role. Scrum Master both can be a tester or a developer at the same time. And we are, if for example, we've got Scrum, it's 2 weeks, and product owner want to have some functionality immediately in 7 days, we're asking him, we've got such kind of, how it's called in English, timestamp or not timestamp,
Estimation.
We've got 3 hours in a week that can be spent on urgent task, if they want to have something urgent. If, for example, this time is not enough, we're asking our product owner to remove some feature, and then one of the person can start working with urgent task. And for example, now, if we've got some urgent task, first product owner talk to tester. Tester finding out what is the problem, maybe it's a bug, or maybe it's a new functionality. Then when all the things are prepared, this urgent task is going to our developers. This way we are saving time on development. So, you know that the time of tester is cheaper than the time of developer.
Yeah, but for me, tester is also business analytic, because he writes change request.
All the change request is delivered by business, but tester got to check if all the necessary information is there in the change request. For example, the request from business. Guys, so we want to have a link in this block, and the name of link is, for example, go here to see something. That link should lead to some page. Cool. But she did not mention what was the block, how the link should look like, because maybe design for it can be something interesting. It should be green text, bold text, not bold text, because if the feature is delivered in a very short time, we cannot ask the designer. Of course, it's time for design, so we have to do it really fast. So that's why just checks, ask questions, ask more questions. So all the information will be delivered.
All this job should be done by business analytics.
As I understand, the job of business analytic is to create and to propose the features that will bring more money for the company. As I think that's the task.
This is request from business users. They probably, but business analytic also wants what should be done. Prepare the presentation, and prioritization also is part of business analytic work.
What? Analytics should analyze something, so if you analyze the business and is the feature efficient or not required by the customers in the market.
You know, there is, in advanced level of testing, we are not talking just a simple test like monkey pointing to a different text field. If we are talking of advanced tests can work in 3 ways mostly. It's test analytic, test management, and technical testing. Technical testing is pointing to security testing, performance testing, all those stuff. Analytic testing is when you're asking what you are proposing the functionality and that is nice to have, or maybe you are proposing and asking more details about features. It's your job, because if we are looking into the whole quality, what is quality? It's not just if the product is working like expected. If the functionality is working like expected, we cannot say that the quality of it is good. We can see here, yeah, quality assurance. What is the quality assurance? What
It
is
should be also user-friendly and useful, not just working bunch of crap.
We are turning back. For example, if first of all, if you are presenting yourself, you had to find out what is, like, you got to analyze it. You have to find out what is the exit criteria of this feature. And if you know the exit criteria, it's good. You know what should be done at the end. For example, if business and asking you to do something, they may not know all the functionalities they have. For example, they're asking, we want to have this banner on the front end. Nice request, but you know more about the internet. You are more pointed on the end. You can ask lots of questions about it. You can ask what should be the timestamp of the banner, when should it close, what will happen if this banner won't be delivered, should we turn off this banner.
And my question: why this job cannot be done by business analytic?
Well, it can be, but shouldn't be.
It can be
Somebody who works with requirements, because this is requirements part.
Product owner works with requirements.
mostly.
Product owner,
Well, yes, he decides what to do. He generates the ideas. Business analyst gives his recommendation. Are these ideas efficient?
The job of tester is to check if the functionality meets the requirements, if the functionality is user-friendly. So both of these things.
also he should check that requirements are correct and describe everything what needed. But it's a type of, it's something like we test also requirements.
Yes.
But we did not produce requirements. Tester should not produce requirements, generate requirements.
You cannot produce requirements. You have to double check it with business.
Or you can give some advice to improve, because you know that it can be
If you see there is something wrong with it.
Yeah, you can help, but you should not make.
For example, I
If
had
you-
some situation in my work that we create some feature, and after that, when I start testing this, I understand that it will be more quality if we change something like even core of this functionality, like not call this screen like that or another. And I just propose to owner, and he said, oh yes, it's a good idea, we should re-implement something. Like
It
this.
frequently happens in our project.
I agree with you, because our tester was not involved on process test requirements. Because if a tester will work with requirements before start implementation, he also can generate the same ideas. But my main idea is he can help, he can change something, but he should not generate.
On his own, no.
Tester should not be source of requirements.
On his own, no. But even now, when she is talking on her situation,
Yeah.
she was the one who generates the requirements, and that requirement was accepted by business.
Help generate.
For example, in my project, when I on my previous job, when we were working on language technologies, I just think that it's nice to have such feature, and I describe all the feature, what should be done. And business and product owner says, yes, that's good feature and we will implement it. So in this case, I was the person that generates the requirement.
Yeah.
And
So tester work as business analyst. Okay, probably we have different point of view what is business analytic and what is business. For me, business is end users, and they use product or they have idea how to solve this product, and they generate what can be done, what features can be done, how they see these features. But after the business analytics start works, discuss features, prioritize features, discuss the same features with different people from different point of view. And at the end of this chain, we receive some product view document with general product view and with description of, if it's accepted, after that started to describing of requirements, and some of them are prioritization of these requirements. But in general, all this work done by business analytics with other people, with testers, developers, architects, end users, blah, blah, blah.
And even now when you're talking, actually, who is the tester? Tester should be the person that can be at the same time a different user. Sometimes you have to be a very stupid user. Sometimes you are very advanced user. Yeah. And in this, from this point of view, you can generate some suggestions that can.
Or you feel that this functionality can be improved by something.
Okay, but
and
probably
then
it's too
business
late. Because business analytics should do this work early. And if he make a lot of...
If he didn't. Maybe
Okay,
he
in
just
this case,
forgot.
if he did not eat, testers start do this, but
So
probably
this
it's
is the
wrong.
point. If he didn't, we do it.
Okay, so I understand. If we have not good business analytic, we change it by good testers.
Not really, because business analytic could work, maybe they got lots of work.
And it's not really tested. We quality assurance, and we assure
It's
the
not
quality.
Okay.
We just don't check that something works. It's about the quality of the product. If something works but it's stupid and there is a tricky way to press a button or invoke a dialog, then it's not quality, although it works in a very stupid way.
In our point of view, I think that we've got some misunderstanding between what is really the person called tester. Because what I understand from your point of view, tester is just a person that should be delivered with some functionality, maybe ask a few questions and check if features work.
Yeah. But I'm developer, so...
Ah, that's why. All developers think this way. I feel it from the very beginning.
Me too.
You are not from us.
You should start with it.
But actually the tester, it's a very beginner tester, junior tester, or maybe middle tester are working in this way. But senior tester is the person that are responsible not only for the feature but for whole product and the quality. What is quality actually?
But
We are testing
everybody in
not your
project
code, but the quality of the product, not
The
what you
project
done.
and the product. Because actually good tester is the person that had to improve the process of development, make some suggestions.
the same by developers. They also do this. Maybe not junior
Yes.
developer, but senior team leads also do this.
They have to improve not only the process, the whole quality of code, the business requirements. So testers is such kind of person that had to make the process and the project better. And another part of tester is the tester had to be very good in relationship. He had to increase the fellowship in the team. Yes, good communication. Because you know the testers always is the person that mostly delivered bad news. Yes, for developers, yeah, it's the person that mostly delivered bad news.
They hate us, I know.
No.
And I think that partly tester is very responsible for the situation in our team. Because if you can talk with if you can simplify the life for your developers, they will love you. You know, if you will have the testers that will deliver you all the details for the feature you got to develop, that will control the functionality, you should only just deliver good code and all the business requirements is layout and testing. Won't you be happy?
As developer, as middle, yes. But as team lead, I know that they have problems that tester on the beginning of our work received bad requirements.
And
yes, he improved, but in general we have wrong flow, and we have problem at the beginning flow. Because when we start working, really, when we start prototyping, we have in the team business analytic, architecture, and probably that's all. And this team developed some prototype.
I see.
Really, no testing. But
And just to mention, good tester, good senior tester, for example, in my team, the quality of the requirements that we got at the beginning when I just entered this project, because the project just started 1 year ago. It's a very new project in Ciklum, I think. And real development start on autumn, at the beginning of autumn. Project, and I was the first tester. And first thing that I did was we delivered very bad requirements. I created a document on several pages with a detailed description how should business deliver us the requirements. What should requirements contain? And it simplified our life.
Did they follow your requirements?
Yes,
because I created the same page, it worked only once.
I talked with product owners. Also, I talked with our main responsible person on each side. And I sent all the document to whole of the company, actually. My boss told me to do it, I did it. And when they delivered us bad comment, I posted a ticket, I posted a comment into the change request. Guys, I need to know this, according to the document. And point them to the document. In several months, the quality of the requirements really increased. If you once told them increase the quality, second time, third time, they won't be happy to look over the requirements once more and once more. At the end, they prefer to deliver good requirements from the beginning.
Lucky you.
And if you do the same,
They prefer to answer the questions immediately. Just when I ask you, you haven't put in the requirements this, and this. Oh, you do like this, like this, like this. I put it on the wiki. Put it in the requirements description. I will do it later. I have to run right now.
Actually, when I have this situation, I double check with business, for example, in Skype. I just copy and paste the sequence of our conversation into the ticket, directly into the ticket. And at the end, first of all, I made the short steps for developers, and then the whole sequence of conversation. And it's very good to have it, because you can tell to your product owners and to business, to the customers, what amount of time are you spending on
Clarification.
On clarification, yes. And from some point of view, if I'm writing a mail, such, for example, if I spend lots of time in clarification, I can write a mail to my Scrum Master, and then he can forward this mail to to other person, for example, to product owners and maybe to some business. And business won't be happy because they're paying me just for clarification. If they're paying me for the job that other person had to do, supposed to do, yes. And you know that business do not want to waste money. That's why when they did and saw my restrictions several times, when I point them each day on Scrum on it, they prefer to talk and to do knowledge sharing and meetings with with persons that delivers business requirements, and the process improves. Of course, it's not today I did it, at the end of the week we got good requirements. It takes me several months to do it, and now, even now, we mostly do not have good requirements. But I'm talking to business, I'm still talking with them, and for example, if we have now a new project, we have to do estimation till the end of the week. We do not know what we have to do in each feature now. And now on all the estimation we've got question marks and the comments that we do not know what had to be done here. And product owner, he's not with us, he is in Denmark, because our project is from Denmark. He is really pushing business to give us good requirements because he wants to have the estimation. It's like the circle. Business pushing product owners give us the requirements, and product owners say, guys, we cannot give you the estimation because you did not deliver our good requirements. And in this situation, business works really fast. They do requirements in very short time. And they are answering now very quickly because they want to have functionality as soon as possible. So we are trying to create a circle that
will push each other.
Yes, yes. And it helps, but it's not the fast decision, and it won't be done in 1 month, so be ready to that. And one of the things that each tester got to know, do not be afraid to ask questions, even if those questions are very stupid.
Yeah.
Because young testers, the middle testers, and junior testers are very afraid to ask questions.
They're stupid, that's why they ask
How many
questions.
people you have in the team?
9 developers. 9 developers. And product owner.
How many testers?
I'm connected with other testers, so in my team 1 tester, but I'm very connected with other person, with one more lady, second team. The problem is our project really increased because previously we got only 5 developers, and now it's 8, so it's harder to work now because new project, and part of the team is working on new functionality, other part is supporting application management tasks, so the functionality is working now. But another thing that good tester got to know, it's how to plan your work. Because if you, for example, in my situation, when I've got lots of developers, I have to plan my working day very good because I have to test new features, have to ask questions, have to ask questions on new developed project, and I can do it. I can do it all, mostly. And the another thing that team got to know, that, for example, in Scrum, you do not have such role as QA. Testing can be done not only by QA, but also by developers. So that's why it's, if there is not such a lot of functionalities, there are a lot of functionality, testing can be done by developers. Because, for example, if we are delivering code, mostly I'm testing the functionality while development on our demo server, and when it's delivered in production, mostly developers are testing it. Even if only if it's critical to functionality, I am testing it on production. It works fine because if the functionality works on demo, it's very similar to production. Then I can say yes, it will work on production. It should work actually in production. And developers always, after delivering code in production, they will test their features. So if they have problems, they will see it. And you know that it's very rare thing when the problems are reproducible on production. We are saving time in this way. And another thing is that if you have good requirements, it's very easy to test even for developers. Of course, he can see all the sequence of actions that I will do to test it. Only integrate, I cannot, for example, I will not do component testing just to this feature. I will test generally integration testing. So it's a matter of saving my time too. But if you know that, for example, some developers prefer not to write good code, it's nice to have weak places in the feature. So management is the thing that we are talking about. The management, how to manage the process. And yes, they're right that the process mostly is good to manage based on risks. In our cases, based on priorities that is delivered to us from business. You know that lots of the code is, for example, loaded on server. And if you will not test not very important functionality, they will live with that. But if they will have the problems on the main page, that will, they will kill you. I think that all of us read the planning, measuring. It's very important to us. It's like at the beginning I told you why either all this measuring are very useful when you are trying to create and you want to have new project on your functionality. For example, in my team, after process of development, we always add 30% time of development of feature just for testing. It's a separate line. For example, we've got line, feature, time of development, list of features with time of development of feature. And at the end, we have the line, testing, the whole time, the 30% of whole time of development. And this 30% is the amount of time that is was adopted by lots of very good testers, such in ICT organization of quality bot. If you were meeting, previous meeting, I will talk about it. And that's why I propose you, when you are planning your project, add 30% of time of development just on testing. It's very good because you will mostly will not spend such amount of time of testing. You will spend part of it on testing, of course, and further parts of improving the features of fixing bugs in that functionality. And that will help you, this 30% of time will help you to deliver a product in time. For example, even under hard pressure with changing of changed requirements once in 2 weeks to different features, we could deliver in this way product in time, even without working on weekends and extra hours. Of course, we set up small time for development and a little time just in case, yes, and it will really helps. I think that we will have in future more meetings about how to create test plan and how to plan testing activities. It will be in further chapters. But now, yes, we talked about the very basic aspects of the software testing.